So this is the Four Forces scheduling page. This is where the vast majority of your day-to-day operations are going to be taking place on this page. So we thought I'd show you a video. At the top of the screen, you can filter from these different drop-downs based on your location or by resource. You can filter currently by aircraft, simulators, rooms, and flight instructors. Below that, we have our 7-day flight loads. It starts on the next date after the date you're currently looking at, and it goes for the next 7 days and shows you your flight loads each day. So if you're scheduling, you can find days that have fewer flights or more flights and base your scheduling off of that. Scrolling down a little further, we have our different calendar views. We've got our daily, weekly, monthly, and resource board. So all different ways you can see the different flights that are taking place on that day, week, month, or your resource board is just a list of flights on that day. You can also select certain dates. You can filter by resources down here. If you had a specific resource you wanted to search for, you can look for specific students and certain or specific flight instructors as well. Right now, I've got it selected with these two boxes for the aircraft calendar and the CFI calendar, but you can select the view you'd like, either aircraft or CFI or both. And if you wanted to schedule based off of CFI availability, you can click CFI calendar or aircraft availability as well. So it depends on whatever you'd like to see and how you'd like to base your scheduling off of. So when it comes time to actually schedule flights, you can see all your resources here. We have grounded aircraft that say grounded next to them. It'll still let me schedule in those aircraft because maybe if it's a squawk for a tire change, maybe that's going to be pretty quick. So it might schedule further out while an aircraft is currently grounded, but it prevents you from dispatching aircraft and grounded aircraft. So if you want to schedule a new flight, we could select an aircraft and we could either click into one of these squares for a time slot, and that'll bring up our schedule a flight box. You can either schedule a lesson or an other flight. Another way to do it is to scroll up here at the very top where this big circle with the schedule button. Brings you to the same page, except in this one, it doesn't have the aircraft selected. So if you selected it from the grid, it would be in that aircraft at that time. And that information you'll see is going to be pre-filled in here. So when we schedule a lesson versus an other flight would be something like a maintenance repo flight or a demo flight. If it's a flight with a pilot in your system, you can start typing their name in this pilot box and it'll filter through all the people in your organization. If it's somebody not in your organization as a user yet, you can select guest pilot and it'll be an opportunity for you to capture their information. So this would be great for like a demo flight or a rental flight for somebody who just wants to borrow an aircraft. You'd have to fill in their information, but then that would capture that for you as a potential customer. On the lesson side, since that's what most people are going to be doing, let's schedule a lesson. So when we select a student, it's only going to look for students that are currently enrolled in a course in your system. We wanted a way to easily filter out what is a flight lesson and what is not. And so lessons are going to be involved in courses, so we can select students that are in our school. So we're going to select Chad Neal. Right here, the system is going to be doing a quick check to see, is this person's medical, TSA, and release of liability current. You can see that some of these just expired. This is a nice compliance check right before you go fly. So in a perfect world, all these would be green because you'd have the most up-to-date current documents. But this is a nice alert saying that these things are currently expired. It pre-fills the student's instructor, the course that they're in, if it's a flight lesson because you selected it from an aircraft, and then the lessons that you can select from. So let's just select a lesson here. Aircraft, date, time, and the duration from the lesson information is already populated. So we can schedule that, and it shows up on Brett Chief's and on the aircraft schedule here.